Forecast
what's going
from
on,
March
Scorpio?
2016.
This
is for
is
anybody
your
who
monthly
has
forecast
the sun,
from
the
March
moon, or the rising
2016.
sign
This is
in
for anybody who
Scorpio.
has the sun,
I
the
wish
moon,
you
or
could
the
smell the
rising
beautiful
sign
flowers
in
that are around me
Scorpio.
right now, and it's
I wish you could smell the
springtime.
beautiful
Yay!
flowers
So
that
what
are
does
around me right
March
now,
and
and it's
springtime bring for
Yay!
Scorpions?
So what does March and springtime
Well, let's start off with
bring
where the
for
sun is going to be at,
Scorpions?
Scorpio. The sun is going to be in Pisces and has been there since the end of February. This is our 5th house of casual romantic dating, of fun, of children, of creativity. It's also creative projects that we do as our own business, like things that we're really passionate about that we actually turn into a business. So what does this mean? This means that the sun is like a flashlight or a spotlight, and wherever it's at, it's shining a light in that area, and it's highlighting that for you and bringing it more to life during that time period. This is fun, fun, fun. We are going to be more tempted to go out to the movies, go to festivals, go to fairs. And you know what? While it's springtime, I mean, it's the perfect time to do that as well. Going outdoors and enjoying the great weather, if you live somewhere where weather is actually great. Whatever brings you that sense of like that joy that makes your heart beat really fast, because the 5th house is a similar energy to the sign of Leo, because Leo is the 5th sign on the zodiac wheel, and the 5th house and Leo rule the heart, all right, and the heart chakra if you're into the chakras. So whatever brings your heart to life, whatever brings your heart joy and happiness, that is what your focus is going to be during almost the whole month of March. And also, if you have your own business, or you're trying to grow your own business, you're trying to get your own business going, this is a great time, because the sun is your vitality, it's your ego. It helps bring initiative. You know, it's one of the energies that brings initiative to you. So initiating some moves to get that business going, great time for that. If you are looking to casually date someone, if you're looking for romantic adventures, this is the time to find that and enjoy that. And also time with your kids, or your kids may be a focus for you, even more of a focus during this time. They may come to you and say, Mom or Dad, I have some project that I need help with for school. That's a big project. Or I want to be involved in a certain hobby or something, you know, and you're going to have to put your spotlight and your focus in that area more. Or they might just want to spend more time with you, need your time, need your attention. So keep that in mind. On the 21st of March, the sun moves into Aries, and this is our 6th house of work duties, the job that you do every day, your routines, your habits, and also of your health. So what this means is we are going to see, if we're employees, you know, we're going to see an influx of work, okay? A lot more work. Even if you have your own business, this is going to be a time where you're going to have more clients come to you and say, I would like your business. Your workload is going to increase no matter what type of job you do. If you do not work, if this is not a focus for you, then health and daily routine, big focus while the sun is there. Meaning you're going to take a look at things and see, you know what, have I really been taking care of myself like I should? Have I been taking my vitamins? Have I been drinking enough water? Have I been exercising? Have I been eating the right foods? So if you want to make any type of changes in any of those areas, this is the time to do that, because the 6th house is an energy that is similar to the energy of the sign of Virgo, because Virgo is the 6th sign on the zodiac wheel. So we're going to become more Virgo-like. We're going to be analytical. We're going to notice all the little details in this area, you know, so change some things within your work environment, change some things within your habits and your daily routines. It's a good time to kick a bad habit as well, you know, something that you repetitively do all the time for comfort or just for a need of routine, and it's not that great for you. You're going to see it more like, oh man, I shouldn't smoke. Like, you're going to notice more commercials for smoking and say, smoking's bad, okay? So let it go during this time, and the universe will support you on that. So Venus is going to be in the sign of Aquarius, where she has been since February for the first 2 weeks of March, continuing on the energy of focusing on the 4th house of home and family, with the sun being in the 5th house at the same time as the 4th. This is a great time to really spend more time with your children and your family. Spend time at home focusing on the needs of your family and your kids. Also, Venus is the five senses and enjoyment and pleasure and food. And the fourth house is an energy that is very focused on food as well. Eating food for comfort. So you need to watch yourself if you're trying to diet. I mean, Mars will still be in an area that's going to help us out, which I'll speak about in a second. Watch your diet, of course. You may be wanting to eat more rich foods, more sweets, anything that brings you comfort and enjoyment. Comfort foods are usually like really fattening and have like a lot of butter and stuff in it. So just be careful. Do it in moderation, but still enjoy it. It's going to be more enjoyable for you during this time. But home and family, beautifying your home, beautifying your living space is an emphasis for you as well with Venus there. When we get to the 13th of March, Venus will move into Pisces, and this is your fifth house. So more fifth house energy, more creativity. If you are working on anything that has to do with your own business, because you are going to have that sixth house work energy later in the month, and then Venus is going to be in the fifth for the rest of March from the 13th on. This is creative ideas that you can put to work. So if you have your own business, this is an advantage for you that you can take advantage of. If you are not into work, but you want to date someone casually, Venus in the fifth is a great time. Oh my goodness. It's like you find somebody and you want to spend all this time with them, and you guys go out and do really, really fun stuff. So this is a good time for that. What I must warn you of, though, is March starts out in the first week or so with Neptune still being in conjunction with the sun in your fifth house. So if you meet someone within that time, or if you met them, the last week of February, the first week or two of March, you know what? The energy is kind of foggy as far as the spotlight, that the sun is. Normally you can see things more clearly, but Neptune puts a fog over it. And it's in Pisces. Oh my goodness. You may be dreaming of this person. Oh, they're my dream person. Oh my goodness, they're everything I ever wanted. But be careful, because your clarity, your vision is not as sharp. And once the Neptune fog lifts around the second, third week of March, then you may see that person and be like, OMG, who in the world are you? You are not the person I met a couple weeks ago. And no thanks. Also, when Venus moves into Pisces, Venus will come in conjunction with Neptune towards the middle of the month. So great time to enjoy going out on dates with someone and having a blast. Go to concerts, go to the movies, go to the fair, go to the arcade, and I promise you, you'll have such a good time. But just remember to keep your Scorpio X-ray vision intact, so that if anyone is trying to fool you, pull the wool over your eyes and come off like there's somebody that they're not, you'll still be able to see it, but yet still enjoy spending time with them. So Mars, our ancient day ruler, is still continuing to be in the sign of Scorpio the first week of the month. So we're still going to have that energy that is very personal to us. It's keeping us physically motivated and active, because Mars rules your drive and your action, your initiative, how you actually physically move about. So we're going to still have a lot of it. However, on the 7th of March, Mars shifts gears into Sagittarius, which is our second house of earned income and material possession. Scorpios, let me give you the good and the bad. The good, use this energy to really go after earning money. Find a second job or a secondary source of income and work really, really hard. And Mars is going to help you. Saturn is also there in Sagittarius in our second house. So Mars and Saturn are going to be meeting later on. But while they're in the same house, just in general, in the same sign, this is extra energy to really work hard for your money. You may have a situation come about where you're kind of forced to really, really work hard for your money. But even if not, even if you're already employed or have some source of income that you work for earning, you're going to have an extra boost to really earn it. The bad part is Mars is a very impulsive energy, and so is Sagittarius. Sagittarius spends money like no one I've ever seen before. They really have that belief that there's a magical money tree. Pick leaves off of it and they just grow right back within seconds magically some kind of way, and they just go, woo, throw it in the air. Yeah, and with Mars there, he is impulsive and he's going to be like, oh, this material possession, I really want it. Let's go after it. Let's just buy it, you know? And there will be plenty more money left. So that is the negative manifestation of Mars and Sag in the second house. Be very careful with that because Saturn is there. Saturn will check you like that old grandpa, that old man, that old teacher that's like trying to teach you how to budget your money even better right now. So if you are impulsively spending, be prepared for the consequences somewhere down the line because Saturn is going to be in our earned income house through 2018. So make wise decisions, Scorpio. Work hard for that money. Spend it leisurely on enjoying yourself if you have the extra money that you budgeted in. But don't get too crazy and just throw it in the air like you just don't care. So we start off the first week of the month with Mercury still being in Aquarius. Mercury's been in Aquarius since February, and this is our fourth house of home and family. So still continuing on thoughts and your mind, because Mercury rules your logical, rational mind. It's going to be more in an emotional place and more sensitive. So with the fourth house energy is similar to the energy of Cancer, which is the fourth sign. And so you are going to be a little more sensitive and taking things a little more personally, especially if people talk about your family. Aquarius in general is not a very emotional energy, okay? But the fourth house is. So you can be having more of a focus on your family, you know, continuing on during the first week of March and thinking about your roots and your ancestors and maybe wanting to talk to family more, talk about family history, do some scrapbooking, you know, with family photos. Great ideas while Mercury is still there. On the 6th of March, Mercury moves into Pisces, into your fifth house. So your emphasis with your mind and your thoughts shift to fifth house matters, to fun, to children, to your business, to your hobbies and creativity, and to talking to people on a casual romantic dating level. You may be talking more and conversing with people more openly because you really want to meet somebody to date and have fun with. Nothing wrong with that. Mercury rules friendships as well. So finding someone to casually date that is also like a good friend, you know, somebody to talk to all the time and text and send those little good morning, beautiful, good morning, handsome, how are you? You're going to be speaking in a more romantic type of manner too, like giving people those little squishy pet nicknames and all of that lame stuff. I know. But Scorpios, we're not usually like that, right? But when the fifth house energy comes into play, be prepared. We are going to be a little bit more on the romantic side. If you're not into romance, the emphasis can be on children. And Mercury is like an organizer and a manager. He likes to look at and assess data and put things together and manage and organize them. So when it comes to your children, you can look at things and say, you know what, I need to start making all these appointments for my kids. They're due to go to the dentist, to the doctor. Little Timmy is due to start getting into sports again because it's the spring. You know, I need to look into an activity for my kid to get into. I need to look into my kid's grades and make sure that, you know, this is the springtime. It's going to be spring break. What are my kids going to be doing during the spring? I need to set up a schedule for them. I need to make sure everything is in order for if they're going to like a community center or somewhere that can take care of them while you work, if you work. Or look into spring activities for spring break for the kids. Excellent time to get that stuff organized. Also, if you have your own business, your mind is going to be there and it's going to be a lot more creative and you're going to start organizing things a little bit better. Especially if you're a freelancer, you can kind of be all over the place because you're your own boss, right? But with Mercury in the fifth house, it'll help you to get all of your freelance creative things that you do to earn income and make money in order and be more organized and run more efficiently and smoothly. Mercury, since he's such a busy guy, he's in 3 different signs in the month of March. From the 22nd on, he's going to be in the sign of Aries, which is our 6th house of work. So minds are going to be on work. Mercury is a busybody. He likes to stay busy. He likes to stay talking and typing and texting and emailing and talking on the phone and communicating. So in your work area, whether you enforce it or whether you encourage it or not, whether you bring it on yourself or not, you're going to be more busy. Clients are going to hit you up for more business. Your boss is going to give more work to you, a heavier workload, especially with the sun being there. With the sun being there too and Mercury, especially if you're looking for employment, you're going to be shining out there in the employment world a lot more, and you're going to be very busy putting in resumes and applications, and people are going to be seeing you. When the sun is in your 6th house, that is like the best time to look for a job, in the 6th or the 10th or the 2nd. Right now for Scorpios in the month of March, it's in your 6th house. So looking for employment, this is a great time. Good luck to you if you are. I wish you the best. But remember, you're going to be super duper busy. So remember to still take that time to yourself. That leads me into the eclipses. The eclipses in the month of March. I must tell you about them because they're very important. Every month we have a new moon and a full moon. The new moon brings new beginnings. The full moon brings things to a head, to a close, to an ending. It's not always a bad, scary thing. It could be just getting rid of something out of your life that is no longer serving you. So where are the eclipses going to be affecting Scorpio? There is a new moon eclipse in Pisces at 18 degrees Pisces in our 5th house on March 8th. March 8th, this eclipse is very powerful, very emotional. It can have to do with your children. It can do with, letting go of past romantic relationships or ones that you currently have that no longer serve you or aren't doing you any good in your life. It can be about letting go, especially because this is going to be within a conjunction with the South Node, which is all about letting go of past karma, and Chiron, which is all about letting go of past pains. So this is very powerful, very emotional, especially because Scorpio, you're a water sign, and so is Pisces. So it is sending a direct aspect to Scorpio. It can be that, within the next 6 months, our children are really going to go through something emotional or need help to let go of something that really, really affects them on the inside. They're going to need your support as their parent. So you need to put that focus and emphasis on them, if so. Or, maybe someone you're dating, it's not cutting it anymore. Even if it doesn't happen around the time of the eclipse, it can happen up to 6 months after. So remember that. If you have your own business, the eclipse there is a time where it can bring you a new beginning. It's a great time to start your own business if that's something that you're looking to do. But also, it can be a new project that you take on for your business, or you may just get a new hobby that brings great joy to your heart. The full moon eclipse is going to be at 3 degrees Libra in your 12th house on March 23rd, Scorpio. What this is, full moons bring things to a close. Full moons get rid of things in your life that no longer serve you. And this is going to be in our 12th house. The 12th house is the house of how we rest, how we relax, retreating from the world. It can also rule addictions to things like substances or alcohol, anything that helps you to escape reality, because the 12th house is the energy of wanting to retreat away from the world, being a recluse away from reality. It's also the house of dreams, like the dreams that you have when you sleep. Scorpio, we are a very intuitive sign. We're very connected to the other side. And with the full moon being in our 12th house, pay attention to your dreams. They may really have a message. You may have messages from people who have passed on. I know as a Scorpio rising, that's something that's very, very prominent in my life and has been since I was little. So full moon can bring dreams with messages from people who are no longer here, or it can just bring a message in general from the other side, not necessarily from a particular person, but important messages with dreams for the next 6 months, Scorpio. Listen to your dreams, okay? And also, it's a great time to kick an addiction. Get an addiction out of your life. If you're addicted to drinking, to any type of substance, drugs, prescription drugs, any of that stuff, and you want to get rid of it, full moon is a good time to do that and say, you know what, I quit. I'm out. I'm done with this, So keep those in mind with the full moon. It's a highly emotional day, very emotional. So just use the energy to your advantage to really help things in your life, and you will be A-okay, Scorpio. To wrap up the month of March, Scorpio, your main focuses are going to be on your 5th house of creativity, kids, your own business, casual dating. Also, your 6th house of health, your work environment, your work duties, and your routines that you have. And your 4th house has still a little bit of an emphasis, which is home and family. Secondary focuses are going to be your 1st house of the self and the body during the first week of March. And then we move into the energy of the 2nd house of earned income and material possessions. And then your 12th house, due to the full moon eclipse, huge focus as well at the end of the month in March. So pay attention to your dreams, Scorpio. All right, well, I hope this was helpful for you. Please subscribe because I will continue to do these every month. I absolutely love doing horoscopes. And you can email me if you have any questions or you want to know how things are going to affect you personally. I do personal readings. I'm just starting to advertise. I usually do them only by referral or by recommendation. But I do readings. Email me for details and I will be very happy to do one for you. I will see you next month in the month of April. Take care, Scorpios. Peace.